Hello, everybody.
Good morning,
This is Dr. Din, Sophia Din, and
Laura. Hi.
we are ready for yet another episode from Giovanni. So, Laura, the topic of today's discussion is the inflammation that is caused in our bodies when we are in toxic relationships.
Oh boy.
And the resulting skin problems that people can have.
Yeah.
So, and I think it is, we are what we eat. Sometimes, many times, I think that, people who are eating processed food and too much sugar or drinking too much or
Processed people.
processed people, not authentic people. Anyway, so when you have some of these elements in your body and in your life,
Yeah.
it does impact the way you live your life and the way your skin looks, and So, what were your like? You're 49, so and I'm 48. So we're like right getting there, and we started looking better.
I feel that way for sure. So when I'll give you a little background to my life. In my 20s, my early 20s, I was in an abusive relationship with a man who had an addiction to drugs. My life was absolute turmoil. The result of that relationship was my beautiful daughter. And through this toxic relationship, I was using food as a soother. My top weight was 220 pounds.
Wow.
My eczema was, I was so inflamed with eczema.
So eczema is a condition where your skin becomes like really inflamed. It's red. Sometimes it also peels off, and usually you get it like around different parts, and that's basically a sign of inflammation inside the body.
Yeah, around my eyes, it was awful. And I also had a boil that was on my stomach. And I was going to the doctor to have it treated, but looking back on that now, that was my body. Just it was inflamed. It was fighting against me, what was going on in my life, and it was not a good time for me for sure. And yeah.
So this is like, so did you have any other breakouts, like any acne or
skin?
anything? How did it appear?
Yeah,
So I know that this was
acne.
like really bad. Were you sleeping any better, or were you like just sleepless also?
No, sleeping was not great at all. I mean, my whole life was at that time. It was not good. Suicidal thoughts. And another thing that I was experiencing that I didn't know, postpartum, because I had
The depression.
right. Everything.
Did you go to your doctor? Did you share it with anybody?
Nobody. I gave birth to my daughter, who was premature. I had eclampsia. Before they delivered her, my blood pressure was 220 over 190. She was born 7 weeks early. She was 3 pounds. And I just was in fight or flight mode and had no idea. As I said, I was 24, first child. I had no idea what was going on in my life. I remember sitting in my apartment at the time. I was thinking suicidal thoughts.
Oh my God.
And never thought, like, why? Now that I'm older, looking back, realizing what it was, never spoke to a soul about it at all. Every day I would think about killing myself. How am I going to do it today? The only thing that stopped me was that I knew if I died, my daughter would be raised by this human. And that was the only thing that kept me going, that I was going to be damned if this man was going to have her. So it was yeah, bad time.
So imagine and then while all of this is happening, she also gains weight. She also is eating bad food because a lot of the comfort
Terrible.
food is usually not good for us. It's full of sugar, all the carbs and
Fried
stuff.
food.
Fried food, so it's it all leads to certain. And now we also have actually figured out that there are emotional consequences, and the energy, the way people, sometimes you would sit with somebody and you'll be like, oh my god, I feel so tired because this person just sucked all my energy
Yeah.
out.
Oh.
So sometimes now we also have to, and that is basically when you are with some really anybody toxic and stuff, you would actually realize that they are taking a lot out of you because they absorb people's energy.
Yes.
And maybe some point, science will catch up with this part also. We're not entirely there yet, but we see that a lot of now science is realizing that yes, emotional conservation of your own person and body is very important. So what you were saying is so important. I see it all the time. It actually happened to me also. So this
Yeah.
is not the first thing. Like we are, I'm 48, you're 49. We're like kind of the same age group. I always had like weight gain, weight loss issues. I was in two bad marriages, and then my last one was like very difficult and sometimes would border on being like in a toxic environment. So I also suffered because of those stressors. I would go and eat crap food, and being a doctor, like I also knew what I was doing to myself. And the food that was available all the time, you go into the shopping malls and stuff, where you would find that they have like the low fat and whatever products you even as a doctor, I was kind of misled. I was like, this looks like low fat, and is low fat good, is low fat bad? And now we know that low fat was not good because it was laden with sugar. So I also not only hurt myself, where I gained weight, I would lose weight, then I would gain weight again. I also self-medicated with alcohol, and I also smoked. And it really had an impact on my own personal life as I was going ahead. And then I had to stop. I had to like literally stop myself, after especially the death of my, ex-husband, my daughter's father. It was such a wake-up call, and we all like were like, okay, you have to. He was so young; he was 55 only when he passed away. So I really had to take a step back and really examine the way I was living my life, and I had to really make drastic changes, not just in my the dietary habits and what I inhale, but also like my people that I surrounded myself with. And I was like, these are the people. I mean, if something is not truly nourishing and healthy for me,
Right.
I was like, okay, I have to be, if I cannot help myself, how am I expected to help anybody else? I'm being a doctor where so many people actually come to me and tell me stuff that is so personal and private, and they're actually seeking help. Many times women and even men, and they would come and tell me information that they would not even share with their closest family members, and I'm expected to guide them correctly because
But
of my
you
knowledge
weren't-
and whatever.
Right, but for you
Yeah.
personally, you weren't
Yes.
doing that for yourself.
Yes, so doctors make the worst
Right,
patients,
right.
and I had to actually start seeking help and asking for help and speaking out about my own emotions. And I never knew that writing this book is going to be so therapeutic for me, because I, for the first time, started facing my own thoughts and demons, and saying and categorizing them and saying, wow, this is not right, this is right. And I really started analyzing myself, and I had so much help. I put myself in emotional intelligence workshops. I also put myself in a lot of other self-improvement programs, so that I could actually help myself and gain help from experts, because I may be an expert in a lot of fields, but there are certain fields that I want to make sure that my cognition and like every thing is being looked at, because we're not completely perceptive, even though self-awareness is also relative, a lot of women are very self-aware, but sometimes when somebody else is looking at you, it's like a totally different
Sure.
thing, and you have to be open to that. And
Open to
sometimes
the
very,
criticism.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, and
yeah.
you have to see other points of views also. And thank God now I feel that I have a lot of people who actually really help us so much by keeping us aware of whatever we're doing.
So when you were in your relationship, what types of skin conditions, mental thoughts did you experience? Like, because you said you
Yeah.
have psoriasis?
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
I battled with skin conditions all my life. So all my adult life, I would say. So because I was a teenager when my psoriasis started, and it was initially very little, but then as because psoriasis is like an autoimmune disease. So what happens is that whenever your body is actually in stress, it flares up. So your body starts attacking itself. Your body gets confused. Your immune system starts attacking its own self. So it's like me eating myself up. So
Right.
and it does not have any cure. Most of the skin conditions that are autoimmune, we really don't have a lot of ways to suppress them, except for suppressing our immune systems, because our immune systems are attacking itself. So we suppress the immune system so that it doesn't attack our own body. But basically, then we are subject to outside infections and other things that so our bodies are not that protected then. So then you have to like really clear yourself out and make sure that you're not like exposing yourself to unnecessary dangers. So I knew all of this as I was getting older,
Yeah.
because I was like also a doctor. I was a doctor back in Pakistan also. And then when I came over here, so I had like one bad marriage there. It really flared up my psoriasis, because it was like, I had arranged marriages. So for some reason, I didn't really get along with the people that I was married to. And people ask me like, why the heck did you have arranged marriages? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I mean, like, I didn't have anything going on. I mean, my parents were okay. Like, if I had gone and told my father that, I'm about to marry this, I'm sure my father would have said, yes, go ahead, be happy wherever. But, I didn't have anything happening for me, because I had so many own personal mental issues that I myself was not, able to give too much of myself. So again, my second marriage also, I mean, like, I was like, whatever, marry me to whatever, whatever. I just want to marry because I want to have a daughter. I want to have a child, because
Right.
I was like, oh, I was 26, and according to medicine, they were like, okay, so your eggs start to die. I was like, oh, all my eggs will die. So I have to have a kid.
Oh,
So so I had my so basically I married just to have a child.
How was he? Like, was there anything about him that you liked?
Oh, he was really charming. My
Yeah?
ex-husband was very charming. He was a Wharton business graduate. He was a young Kashmiri guy. He was a New Yorker. He was like in the financial, district. So he was like very charming. He's
And
like
where
very
was
cool.
this? This was
This
here
is in New York. This is
Oh.
so no. He actually came to Pakistan. So he married me in Pakistan, and I then immigrated here. So, but I was a
wow.
doctor back in Pakistan,
Right.
and then I came here, and then I had to, because then but he had certain issues, whatever, and which a lot of guys, sometimes have, but I had my own set of issues. We didn't get along that well, and I did give it a shot, but then very soon I realized that, dude, this is not working out. I need to do something for myself, and then that's when I started studying. I actually tell everybody that if I had like a very hunky-dory fairy tale marriage, I would have never done medicine over here, because it is so hard. It's so difficult to gain a rite of passage in American medical system. Is not easy. It's like so much work. It's like there is so much exams and constant studying. So I pretty much had to redo medicine again to to be able to become an MD.
And were your skin conditions flaring up at
Oh
this
my God!
time?
So but what happened is that my psoriasis went away after the birth of my daughter. So something with the pregnancy hormone or
Yes,
something, it
yes.
totally like helped me so much. Yes, I would still have some minor breakouts, but definitely whenever my ex-husband was like, whenever we were having fights, and we would have periods of fights, because my assessment of him was, and now he's passed away, so I don't want to say too much, but my daughter is okay with me talking about it, so it's I guess okay. But so he had, like, I think a little bit of bipolar. So I feel that he had, there were periods of time when I was like very happy, and then there were periods of time when I would be very sad. When I was be very sad because we were like constantly
Sure.
fighting, that is when I would like break out. I had a lot of acne. I was like always, I would start having even psoriatic symptoms, come up again. So it really is. So I started drinking. Plus, I never had alcohol in Pakistan, and I come here and then everybody's drinking, and he was like he was like a connoisseur of all these great wines, and he was like, he believed in all the spirits, so so he was a spiritual person in that way.
That's awesome.
No, anyway, so
Yeah.
so I started drinking. So again, I realized that alcohol is also a toxin.
Sure.
Now I quit drinking, I quit smoking. Now I'm so good. Oh my God. So after, there's like a thing in Pakistan. They usually say that if once you've eaten 900 mice, you're ready for pilgrimage for Hajj. So I have finished my 999.999 mice, and I'm so I'm just giving myself.
You're ready for the pilgrimage.
I'm ready for Hajj, man. So that is, no, just kidding. I'm not ready yet. I have so many more mice that I have my eyes on.
Me too.
Exactly. Don't be so sure. You were just telling me about a mouse right now.
I was just talking about a mouse. Oh boy.
Shush. Okay, so so I would basically, so the reason we wanted to talk about this is that in my book also, I have a chapter.
I got it.
Another book. So she is, she actually, everybody is buying the book. I am not giving it for free to people because it is for a non-profit cause for single mothers. So please buy it.
Yes.
We are giving, but what we have, like in our office, we have a special where we are giving, we're doing Botox parties every 2 weeks. And we will be like not only having book signings over there, but our Botox is going to be like a really good price. And if you buy the book, we are giving, like, on top of the sale, we're giving an additional $50 off.
That's
So
great.
we just want to, and then we'll talk about all the great things. So one of the things that I also write in the book is, if you want to really take care of your skin, take care of your environment, take care of your energy, take care of the people who are around you. Everything
you.
kind of
does.
it ties in, and these things do not only matter in how your skin is going to look, but how would you live your life. And I think it's important. It's anti-aging is important for having a good surrounding, and surrounding yourself with positive and happy people is like important for your anti-aging also.
Stay
You'll
away
live
from
longer.
the bullshit.
Absolutely, you'll be healthier.
Anti-bullshit and anti-aging go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Right? I found
Exactly.
that. I mean, when reflecting again back to that toxic relationship, the people that were all in my life at that time were just, it was constant gossiping and constant turmoil. And I today, do I gossip? Yeah, I'm a girl, right? Who doesn't?
She gossips so much. Oh my God.
Chickens with hens.
Oh.
Right? Click, 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 click. But
We just got in the morning. We were like, she was doing my hair, and she was like, "Wow, we somebody had to come and tell us that. Can you please keep your volume low? I'm trying to listen to something."
Yes.
We talk. You know?
Just
Girls gonna talk.
But I try to keep the conversations positive and uplifting, and just in that good place.
Except for the time that she just beats everybody down, she keeps it uplifting.
Every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Once in a
Once a
while.
month when she's having her PMS, that's when everybody gets killed.
That's it. It's a
And
rant.
other than that, she's a beautiful angel, and we
With-
love her.
You see my halo?
Halo. See her horns?
Oh,
I see her
sure.
the invisible
Yeah.
horns that are like.
There's quite a few people that will attest to that, without a doubt.
Absolutely, me too. Like, don't get on her wrong side. She's like
Yeah.
very, very,
Yeah.
very, very good
Yeah.
at whatever she does. So thank you so much for watching. We really hope that you're liking and gaining something out of out of all of our talks. Please follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, where we go under Giovanni Matspa. And
YouTube as
YouTube,
well,
our
please,
channel is on.
YouTube.
So we will be very soon also launching our podcasts. These are video logs, but based on this, our podcasts will also start. So my podcast is also going to be, we'll follow the book structure, and we will talk about all the chapters. So a lot of clients come to me, and most of their problems are what I am discussing in my book also. So it's going to be a useful book for everybody. But when you purchase it, it is going to help a very important cause for us. So we want everybody to purchase it. Also, my hardcover is going to be releasing in another 10 days. And whoever gets my hardcover will get my Audible version for this book for free.
That's great. That's great. Well, look
Take
out
care, and we'll see you soon
Bye.
next week. Bye-bye.